Are you looking for ways to light up your home without increasing your light bill? Solar tube lighting is the answer to that. It can provide more light to your home for a minimal cost of installation. After installation, it will cost you almost nothing more. But unfortunately, it has its drawbacks. We are going to look at what those drawbacks are. However, before we look at the drawbacks, let us look at what a solar tube lighting is. What is solar tube lighting? Solar tube lighting is a way of lighting different parts of the house. It can be used to light up a hallway, kitchen, or a room. It does this by reflecting natural light into the room. It is also referred to as tubular skylights, light pipes, sun tunnel, or sun tubes. To do this, a metallic tube is placed on the roof that will be projecting inside. The outer part will have a clear panel that receives the sunlight. The received sunlight is then spread into the room. As the sun is shining, the rays are passing through the tube. It then reflects on the interior of the tube. The interior of the tube is made of a highly reflective and polished sheet of metal. It does the job of what can be called a continuous reflective mirror. It can be referred to as a type of optical waveguide. That is because of the way it reflects light and uses it to illuminate a building. Solar tube lightings are also referred to as tubular daylight devices, sun scopes, daylight pipes, or sun pipes. This is due to the way they are applied to daylight. A lot of property developers use skylight to illuminate their houses. A skylight is a kind of window installed to the ceiling or roof of a building. But the same result can be achieved more efficiently and cost-effectively. That alternative is solar tube lighting. The tube lighting is less intrusive because of its small size. It comes in various sizes depending on your choice. The choice depends on the place it is to be mounted, and the design it comes in. A 10-inch sized tube can give out as much light as 300 watts. It is most important in some rooms that still need even during the daytime. Such places are closets, hallways, laundry rooms, bathrooms, kitchens, alleys, and stairwells. Initially, solar tube lightings do not generate electricity. But there has been a kind of revolution in that aspect. Newer products now come with photovoltaic technology. This helps to provide an artificial light when there is no sunlight to illuminate. Solar tubes are not to be used as a replacement for or an alternative to electric bulbs. They are rather used as a source of natural light in your house. However, with the skylight, you get to see the skies. But that is not possible with solar tube lighting. Many companies are manufacturing these solar tubes. Some of the more notable ones are Solitube and Velix. Solitube is a company that specializes in the production of solar tube devices. The products they offer serve both commercial and residential purposes. They offer various sizes and designs to their customers. They have the ones designed to distribute light in a wider space. This will be good for commercial buildings that may have a wider space to cover. Some people refer to solar tube lighting as a solar tunnel. But Velix as a company has a product called Velix Sun Tunnel. Their products are well known as they are one of the most notable names in solar tube manufacturing. The Velix Sun Tunnels have two types. They have flexible and rigid types. The flexible type is made to be installed in areas that may have twists and turns. Places like some attics. It is built to be bendable for easy installation in such places. The rigid type is better for a roof that is facing the sun directly. In this case, it does not need to bend to get to its intended target area of illumination. What are the drawbacks to solar tube lighting? We now know what a solar tube lighting is. We have also seen how they can help cut down the light bill. It is clear how beneficial they are. But despite all the benefits, the solar tube lighting still has its pros and cons. So, before you decide to get one, let us look at its drawbacks. 1. Limited view. It does not allow you to have an outside view. Having a view of the sky from your home can be exciting. But with the solar tube, that dream of stargazing is shattered. 2. Ventilation. The skylight has a kind of flexibility that the solar tube lighting lacks. It can serve as both a source of illumination and ventilation for the room. You may decide to open the windows. That might either be to release some of the heat in the house, or you may want to get a feel of cool breeze in the house. But with the solar tube, you do not have that flexibility. Once it is installed, there is no way of opening it for such luxuries. 3. Length of tube. The length of the solar tube may be a hindrance to it. It could limit the quantity of lighting that can light up the house. As the tube gets longer, so does the lighting sent into the house diminish. 4. Shorter reach. This drawback stems from the problem of the tube length we just mentioned. There is limited lighting to lower levels of the house that are not close to the light source. It is more effective at a depth of just 1 story. 5. Reduced sunlight. Indirect sunlight cannot give the same level of illumination as direct sunlight. And if the roof happens to be shaded during the daytime, the light will be quite weak. Also, it is not good in a humid climate. It may cause water condensation inside the tube. There is a solution to this though. Get the tube wrapped in an R15 bats insulation before having it installed. With the skylight, you can control the volume of light received. You can use shade to reduce the sunlight penetrating through it. Also, some skylights have diffusers. This helps to distribute the light around the room the way you want. The UV light can also be reduced by adding a sheet of film to the skylight. This will help protect your furniture and rugs from fading. With a solar tube, you can still add film or diffuse the light. However, you have limited space to maneuver. 6. The ambiance. The skylight is a design of architecture. Therefore, it can be designed in many ways that may suit your taste. It also affects rooms in a way that the solar tube cannot. It can make a room appear airier and bigger than it is. It also gives your room a kind of ambiance which a solar tube cannot give. A solar tube is very small. And because of this, it cannot make much change to the look and feel of a room. 7. Suitability. Solar tubes are not suitable for all kinds of roofs. There are roofs that you can't install the tube on. They are mostly designed for sloping roofs of about 15 and 60 degrees. That makes it limited to some types of roof design. If the roof is flat, then you have to go for tubular skylights. They are designed specifically for that type of roof. Installation is practically impossible on a roof that is steeply pitched, like a frame. The above are the disadvantages of solar tube lighting. Let us now look at the advantages. The advantages of using solar tubes. 1. Free lighting. With the solar tubes, you get to use good lighting. And you do not pay any extra bills for it. As we mentioned earlier, a 10 inches solar tube can give you up to 300 watts of light. That is enough light to light up a big office and an even bigger apartment. 2. Design flexibility. Because of the size of skylights, it is very conspicuous when installed in a room. However, the solar tube remains unnoticeable while you get to illuminate your room. Also, the skylight can greatly alter the look of the room. This may not always be a good thing. Sometimes, you may wish to add changes to your home inconspicuously. That is exactly what you will get with solar tube lighting. Furthermore, because of their small size, a solar tube can be installed in a small pantry and dim hallway. 3. Lower leakage risk. The skylight has the unwanted popularity of being prone to leakage. Because of its size, debris often gathers around it. This debris will prevent any rain or snow that falls on it from draining out. This will make the gathered water to seep into the ceiling. But with the solar tube lighting, it is less likely to leak water. 4. Low cost. The difference in the cost of a skylight and solar tube is wide. The skylight is more expensive to buy. It also costs more to install a skylight. You would need a professional to have it installed. But for a solar tube lighting, you can install it on your own. It does not require much professional touch. although the more complicated ones may need a professional to install. However, the charges are very low. If you've enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button below and hit the notification bell so you'll know once we post a new video. Also, drop a comment below so we can know your thoughts. Finally, don't forget to check the description below for more details and visit our site, www.zimsolarpoweradvisor.com, for more awesome, solar power content like this.